Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of CanalTown here in City Skylines. The last episode we fully built our cargo airport, which is now working pretty good. It took me a while to kind of get it all up and running. We have too much traffic actually going there, which was a little bit of a problem, but we managed to figure it out. We got trains transporting goods back and from. We've kind of split the lines. It is perfect, guys. I'm really impressed with it right now. And today I want to try and focus on finalizing the area itself. Adding a little bit more of a transport hub setup to get passengers to and from the airport to different transport lines is going to be a really great addition. Hopefully we can get in. Now, as always, guys, if you do enjoy this series and this episode and want to see more of CanalTown, then please make sure you smash the like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when the next episode does come out. And today we've got lots to work to be getting done. I've already kind of made some progress and got it underway. I want to redo the whole entry point to this airport and get some of the additional buildings all set up for it. I want to add, you know, the tree lines back in for the field so it all kind of fits and it's not just a kind of plain area as of right now. But right now, the cargo area is working as I expected it to. It's actually going pretty well. We're doing some garbage over here too. We had to change this little hub over here into a different line, which works perfect. Someone gave me suggestions. Nick, why don't you just make this go into a straight connection there and then just kind of a little bend there? And I'm thinking, why didn't I? I'm just so freaking dumb. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. But this I want to focus on right now is the entry to the airport, which is the main transfer from the ferry line here of public transport to get to the airport. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to replace this down. So I'm going to have to anarchy this to kind of get it back down. This is how I'm going to get the road back in its place. The road that comes with the actual terminal and build pretty much from this. So I'll keep it in pause because obviously we've got no connection to it, so no passengers can actually get over here right now. And if we go to the actual airport building, there's a few things I do want to add in. We've got stuff like the budget hotel, we have the luxury hotel, airport lounges. That's some of the stuff I haven't really added in just yet. I want to get the museum, the headquarters building in as well, to kind of get everything all connected up. But most importantly, I want to drop down the bus station. Now, the reason for this is I do want to utilize buses. Because we do have buses going through the town as it is, or the city as it is anyway. And I do want some to come over here, as well as having, boys, the ferries kind of crisscrossing over. But we got to set up a better system for this. So if I just drop this down for a couple here, and if I get this place, I'm going to actually place it here. Let's go for about there. We'll go about there. So I can kind of use the road and then we can kind of have road connectivity over here at the same time, which will allow me to kind of build stuff up and around it. I'll change how we kind of come in with the road on this as well. I just want to get these sections here kind of connected. So we'll just use like a normal road. There's no need to do anything fancy at the moment. So we just kind of keep it nice and simple. And going from over here, so actually if I come from here first, and then what is the bend going to be down here like now? 7. Is that really a 7? Actually, it's a 6, isn't it? 6 by 6, nice and simple. So we got a road kind of coming through, and then I also want to have multiple connections coming off. So I want to try and do a little bit of a crisscross with 2 ferry docks here to kind of transport passengers, as well as having them 2 over there as well. So if I was to do that and place these down, now the problem is you kind of need it to be already on a road. That's the only issue I'm going to have just here. And my issue with that is I don't have any roads cutting through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly use the parallel tool right now, because this will enable me to also utilize some additional roads. So if I just use this one and this one, if I just use that for now, and if I go by what are we saying? What's the distance I've used elsewhere? Like, say here, for example. That's about right, isn't it? I want to use the rural. I'll use the rural road for it, by the way. Okay, we'll do this. So we'll go plus 40. Is 40 enough? Let me just try this. Yeah, actually, it should be, shouldn't it? If I drop that there, you just have to unhook it, and then we'll place the other one on the other side as well. So if I do the same again just here. I forgot I'm using rural style roads as well throughout the whole of this. Add that one in as well. And then get the other ferry one on there. Oh, is that going to be... Oh, I forgot you've got to stagger them. I actually forgot you have to stagger them. So if I deleted you... I completely forgot about that. And if I went from there down to here instead, flip it, plus... There we go. Because you can't have them back on one another, otherwise it won't do the little magical connection. So if we unhook... If I can even select that road... excuse me. Alright, can I do this one first? No. Oh, that. Oh, I almost had. There we go. Unlock that segment. Alright, delete you. Delete you. So we now have a little crisscross for the ferry system just there. Perfect. Again, I'm not going to get it at the minute. I'll get it in just a moment. I just want to finish the rest of this area off. So the reason for doing this is, we've got the road now in, is because I can also place buildings around here as well. I want to try and see if I can get... Now, I might switch the roads to a different style in a minute. I'll just utilize this to begin with. If I do a 6x6 here, and then we can go... Let's do a 6x6 just there. So we're kind of running with these 6x6s, which is quite interesting. So if I do then a 14... I can also then do another 6x6. So all the bends are in sync. Like that to there. All the bends are now in sync. Now, what would be good if I could also utilize another exit point? But how big are the buildings for this? So, would the luxury hotel be out of place if I placed it right there? Or do you reckon it's more suited for an actual headquarters to be exactly outside of the airport terminal itself? I reckon we do that. That went a bit funky there, didn't it? And then if I delete this, and then we just kind of come from here. So if I go down to about... why am I -1? There we go. If I went to here, so how far away is that? That is a 14. If I can actually get to a 15, which would be that, right? 15, and then go across. Okay, that's perfect. And then we'll try and get it to run with that. I might get rid of that bend and just kind of crisscross it over. I don't know. But if I use the connection tool to go from there to there, obviously the bend's going to be not minimal, but it will do it. We'll go to like that. No, pump it up there like that. So the bend kind of runs in quite nice. Up and over the train line, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to actually get rid of this here. And we'll cause some crisscrosses right now. So bam. Like this, you reckon? Yeah. I mean, it seems really weird to do it like this, but trust me, this is going to be glorious. Now, I'm actually going to upgrade all of these roads now to this original one, and I don't know whether to do one with trees, just for the sake of having some treege. But I might, no, I'll just keep it as it is, nice and plain. Don't ruin a good thing. Just like that. We'll run with this. So it's quite a funky area, but I like how it all kind of intertwines with one another. It's going to be really, really good. So we've got the main building in there for the headquarters. The Aviation Museum is something I could maybe think about squeezing in here, or maybe over in this area, which is probably a little bit better. I'll place the hotel over on this side. So we've got two variations with the hotel, by the way. We have your beautiful luxury, and we have the budget. So what I'm thinking of doing here then is, if I came out, how... Right, if I went like that, I know this is a bit, again, dodgy, but if I made that straight, there we go. I know it was a bunch of junctions, but this will work out in the end. Hold on, guys. Have faith in me, okay? Just have faith in me in just a moment. So if I went for the luxury, and I could have that maybe just over here. If I go for the budget... Oh, it's a little bit too far away. Do you know, actually, you know what? I'm not like... Okay, don't have faith in me, because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, apparently. So, I'm going to actually quickly change this up, because I've actually now just thought of a better idea, a better system. I just thought of a better system. I'm going to turn this into a crisscross, which will be a lot better. So, go back to that road, by the way. And then if I come down to 7... 5. I want to get to this bit here. 8 by 8. So we'll have it where that bends into there, and then this kind of bends into there like that. So they kind of swoop one another. I'm liking the chaos in these roads. That's what I like the most about this. The chaos in the roads. And then we'll kind of come up. So to there, if I do your standard just there, and then bent this in by a 4 by a 4, which will have to come back a bit again. Straight up like that. And then we can squeeze in the craziness of what I'm trying to plan. So I can have this on an angle just there to kind of fill the space. I've got the budget one in literally just here. Right, which is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we've got all those in there. What are we now missing? We're missing the aviation museum. So we'll probably get a couple of little stores dotted around as well for the kind of like the customers that come from the hotel and all the guests and whatnot, which is really good. We just got to sort out how we'll exit from this point. Now the actual aviation museum building itself, is that big enough where it can fit between two of these? Not really, no. Not really, no. So we just got to figure out now then how we want to run this down. So I could run this normal, but we're kind of not going on to like a perfect 90-degree angle. So I think what we'll do, we'll split the road. We'll kind of split the road. So we'll go back to this style as well and kind of come out to about there, about 30. Because then the road technically splits, doesn't it? And then, so if it's going to split like that, I need some space over here to place down the building. So I reckon I go, and we'll bring the road a little bit further in, and I'll just do something as simple as this, and I think that should be enough to get away with it. Now push it back a bit. So again, I want to try and build a fence around all of this. So if I went there instead, and just a nice simple 20. And if I just kind of closed it off just there. So as you enter the airport, you're going past all these little plane, like museum for the planes and all that. Now this is going to be a big ask to do this. It's going to be a very, very big ask right now. So what we want to do is bend that there to there. So we get a nice little bend there, a nice little bend just here. And it swoops in. There's nothing crazy. I don't think there's anything kind of stressful we need to worry about all this. We do have to create a bunch of nodes crisscross. I know it looks so funky how it all kind of bends, but it's going to look really good when we kind of finished with it. And it's going to look really, really good. So I do want to keep, for the most part right now, in this overpass. Because we're also going to bring this down. And we'll try and integrate it all as one. So bring it down to there. Right. We'll also then, I'm going to actually build this like a little walkway going around. So if I go to here, there, to connect straight up. I know it's kind of going through the building. And then we're going to do a couple of little crossroads just there to kind of switch over to different sides of the road. You could kind of do the same with this as well, but I feel like it's not really needed as much. So let me just quickly add in the crossings there, and one just there, double crossings to go over. So technically I can go back into play mode, and then the game's back to running as normal. Actually, no, cancel that. I'm going to move this further down, because I'm not liking it right now. I'm going to be straight up with you. I've changed my mind. My mind's telling me no, but my body is also telling me no. And so, can I do a little 4? I wonder what the bends would look like here. So that's a 4 by 4. This is going to be a 5. That's a 6 as it is. 3. Come on, boy. It's all because the way the road the angle it kind of comes from, which looks so weird, doesn't it? So I don't know why I'm trying to force it like this. I really don't know. I'm forcing it to the elevate, like the kind of direction of this, where I'm going to bend that in. That's going to be a lot easier. I don't know why I'm doing this. You ever have those moments where you think to yourself, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So we've gone for 4s on these rather than your standard 6s that we've been doing everywhere else. Gives me that 7, so there is almost a point in the middle, which we're not really going to meet in the middle. But this is the best we can kind of do. And then it will be kind of nice to... I mean, the connection tool is not going to do anything for us here. We're not going to see much change. But I can add the most bend I can in. Just to make it feel like it kind of goes into a certain degree. But there we go. Lots of crisscrossings happening. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Now, for the rest of the airport, you obviously want to add in the little lounges. So... we'll flip these over on this side so the lounges overlook the actual aircraft loading up. Very good, very good. We also have the ability to add in the depot also. Now I wonder if I can... or the standing planes as well. I wonder if I can extend the taxiway like this. Now I'm hoping it doesn't make it... okay, it does. Makes it like a dead end. So if I come away there, that icon's always going to be flashing, which is the annoying part. That's the annoying part. So if I create a little UE just there, just to kind of like finalize it all up. And do the same here. Just so I can maybe add some stuff to it. You know, just to kind of bulk this area out a bit more. Like, I could add like a couple of hangars. We could also add the refueling stations, which is quite important. There we go. We could also add a couple of... oh, these are cargo planes. Parked planes. Which will help us with the decorational scores. Is that a cargo plane? Large parked plane. There we go. Not liking how that is now that close. Would these look a little bit weird being parked here? How does that look there? You know, that might not be a bad idea if I flip them around as well. Having planes parked on different sides. Not bad. I'm actually going to concrete all this off here. I think I originally tried to concrete this off, but now I've got all them planes in, parked up. Doesn't look too bad. Now, what does that add to my attractiveness score? 300. Oh, 420. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Still got a long way to go to get to 1,000. But I do have lots of space to play with anyway. So, yeah. So just add those in just to kind of like fill the gaps up a little bit, which ain't too bad. And then we'll build the airport fence going around. Okay, we'll build this going around. So we'll start it just there on the entry. Bring it to about there, and then we'll come off these buildings. Well, we'll at least try to anyway. Actually, we'll come off here first. So if I go there, run this all the way down just here. The fence. Actually, delete that back because it doesn't need to go back that far. And then where's the entry for this? So in reality, it would be about here, wouldn't it? So I could pretend to build a fence just there, to then go across there for it. Can you bend these fences? Yes. Run this to there, and then connect it in. Glorious. So we'll have to remove the patterns underneath it. Alright, Jazz. So if I then come to about there. On the other side of the train tracks. I'm going to go to about here to then bring it back a bit because of the runways. And then get this to run perfectly along as well. So this is quite the epic, isn't it? To try and squeeze all this in. You gotta pretty much cover all the aspects. Well, if I bring this into about there to here, I reckon we pull this from there. So we reality want to get this kind of connected up. Kind of like that. Follows it all around. Now I was going to get that connected to over here, but this now doesn't really make sense to go to there. It really doesn't. Instead, right, boys, I put it directly, actually if I go here first, oh no. Damn it boys, damn it. Do you know what, we'll just run with this. To go into there. So at least it's kind of parallel with all of this. And then right. We'll see how that goes, but I've built a fence going around it. I've kind of built a fence going around it. I might actually pull this back a bit. Let's cut that to there. Pull this back just about here. To delete this bit in the middle. It's actually a bit difficult to even get the mouse to even click right. So we kind of come back in for the road, but then gives us a space for the wingspan. That's how we can kind of treat it, and that is the airport space. Okay, that's where we don't want any trees inside. That's where we don't want the trees. This should work. Fingers crossed. Right, so let me get rid of any of the resources underneath. That will be causing us visual issues for the airport. There we go. There's a bit of farming just there, which we'll get rid of. I mean, we can place a little bit down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll sort out the tree lines and whatnot. Get rid of that bit just there. And then any open spaces, we'll kind of put down like a bulk of it. So get rid of all that there. So all the resources are now gone. We'll just quickly remove the tree. Before I add the rest of the trees in, I'm just going to remove the unwanted trees within the airport. There we go. La-di-da. Just the unwanted ones are now gone. So technically I can go back into play mode. The airport is now back up and running. We're going to quickly give it the water it requires for said buildings. Don't judge me on my water placement features, but there we go. There we go. Yeah. Passengers are able to walk to and from again, which is fairly easy for them. Transfer a whole lot easier. We have this connection already good to go. Oh, I didn't do this one. Okay. Actually, no, I don't need to pause. I don't need to pause right now. So delete this. I'm going to delete all of this right now to there. And then we're going to make that road, this rural road here. So we'll make it actually come up from here. So if I go there, I think that's a 4x4 bend. And just kind of make it end just there. And then the path. So I'd rather pick the actual university path that we've been using. The path there can kind of just end here. that there, because there is technically a crossing there as well. You can't see it because it's a rural road. And eventually I will extend the road going up that way. But for now, we've got crossings. I need to give us a physical crossing coming over here. So if I say I pick this bit here, and by this bit there, we raise it up to about a 6. Is that enough to come down here? I mean, I'm going to anarchy it in to make it feel like it is. That's your little crisscross going over there to switch sides. Which then I've got my ferries. I've only got 2 at the moment. Can stop there and then can stop there. So I've got more stops. This is more important for like the hotel and the transfer we got just there. Anyway, in general. And when I get kind of lines going this way, obviously this will be the stop for the lines that continue to go that way. Because obviously they won't come from this one. Which is why you need the crisscross. I might even have another stop just over there as well. So we might as well actually place in a little bit more zoning too. So a residential. I'm going to keep all this low density. And we're going to go a little bit crazy right now with the placement of residential. There we go. Get rid of that bit there. Go crazy, go crazy, go crazy, go crazy. And this should all have water, yes. Power will connect, so they'll kind of add themselves in. Very good, sir, very good. I'd be interested to see how many people actually use these, because if you get at the airport and you go and you want to go in that direction on the ferry system, technically this is the quicker route because you've shortened the distance of traveling by ferry by 1 stop. So that's why that one's kind of important. Vice versa with this one, you can get off at the university a lot earlier to do your educations. So it will take the heat off these stops. But at the same time, it doesn't do much difference because at the same time, the ferries have still got to go there. But, you know, if they're dropping them off there before there, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The buses are able to go over here as well. We'll get them set up at some point. But let me now sort the rest of these tree lines out. So we'll go right down to the small size. And that's not the tree line I want to be using. Do we have a brush for it? Aha, there's the brush. So bring this size right down. And what we'll do, we'll first build the tree line. Hang on, what trees have I got selected here? Giant pines, horse chestnuts. Do I have like bushes, wild hedges? I don't think I want a wild hedge. Just there. So these the trees will eventually grow nice and big. I want to try and replicate what we've got going around here. Okay, we do have some more hedges by the looks of it. Small beach. Yeah, we've got the right slicks in the trees. Okay, maybe not the small beach. You just gotta wait for them to be mature enough. So just build the natural lines first before I add the rest in. I know it looks ridiculous at the minute. Just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. And then you got to kind of connect to create what would look like plain fields, because you have the plain fields, which are like these here and that one there. You do have these plain fields. Alright, go around the edges. And then same over here as well. There. So you connect it all up like that, and you go a little bit bigger now, and in the spaces where... Oh my goodness me, bring that strength down. Spaces where you can now really work with the trees. Like, not everywhere I'm going to go crazy with it. There's a gap there you want to work the trees in. Down here, work the trees a bit more. There's a lot of foliage. It's a lot of foliage, boy. Calm down. Alright, down to there. Cover all that. Cover all this little section. Going down. Bring that size down a bit as well. Bring that strength down a bit now. Bring the size back up. And then cover this so you can now then really start to thin it out. Get rid of all of that inside. Really start to thin it all out. And especially here as well. Thin that bit there. It's good for do like extending the tree line there when you thin it out as well. Just that bit. Make it a bit more natural. And then we get it all back in. Now you got to get rid of the squares, which is why we do the thinning around the border. And you get your natural tree lines back while still keeping. I mean, you could say I've gone a little bit too thick, but we still get to keep like the farming kind of aspect or look or feel to it, which is pretty cool. Either I've gone a bit too thick or I've got too many darker trees in there. I need to kind of lighten things up a little bit. I think it's these trees, isn't it? Are they like the ferns or the redwoods? I don't know. But it looks pretty good though, doesn't it? Oh, let me just finish up this little section. So just, yeah, up the strength a bit more. There we go. Just might as well bulk it all out, just to kind of add a little bit of detail to it. It's all good to go. Very nice, very nice. So many people using this. This is already a great success already. Airport's looking pretty. Airport's never looked as good as it has done right now, which is really good to see. Very good to see. Vehicles coming in and out, which I like to see as well. A lot of vehicles using this. That's some kind of import-export. Train now leaving. Again, great, great, great. It's very impressive. I'm also wondering about the speed limits. I did change speed limits at some point, didn't I? These are down to 60. This is unlimited. I'm wondering if I now take away the limits, how that changes the whole approach to the airport. That'll be interesting to see what happens. It could be a bad idea, but I can always change it back. The airport has never looked so fantastic right now. It's now slowly starting to feel like it's integrated within the city, isn't it? That's what it's starting to feel like right now. It really is. So I would need to add bus routes on. I'm going to do that at some point. Right now, we can rely on the ferries. That's perfectly fine. But I do need to add some more in, because you do need to kind of take the heat off the current ferry systems we've got on the go. Like this one here, you can kind of see that this one's overwhelmed. So line overview, not lines overview, line overview. I can add more ferries to this, but you're only really overwhelmed at this one stop here. So I can go up to 32, you know, add another 9 on the line. It should be spread out far enough that, you know, we can cater for the additional ferries. That's what we're hoping for. And is it the same going back the opposite way? Not too bad this way, but let me, can I select the actual line details? I've got maximum on this, and there's one stop over here that is really overwhelmed. Hence why I need to add more ferry lines on the go. Now we have the loop going. I have a ferry stop there, it's not being used. Wait, what ferry routes do I have? I'm sure I'm missing one. We've got line 1, which is the blue one, which is this one. I've got line 3 and 2, which is these outer ones here. Right. So the orange one goes that way. The green one kind of goes within the vicinity. I feel like I need... where's the one? I did have one here, didn't I? You went down here to down here. Kind of coming to stop there. Make it stop there. I can have it stop here. Oh no, is that... No, that's what the green one originally did, didn't it? That is what the green one originally did. Now, I don't want to add it to the same green stops. Gets to there. I feel like it would be good to have like a stop here. And then bring it into a stop there to then go back. So it crisscrosses these two stops in general. So if I had a stop just there, if I move that just to here, no, wrong one. Nope. I need to now, hold on. Delete that line. Right, we'll redo it. So if it's going to stop there, I could also have it stagger here. Comes in there. Unless I make it go... Nah. We'll get it... Okay, so I know one of these stops is really overwhelmed, and I believe it is... I know it's this one over here. So, I'm definitely going to make it stop there. But I feel like there's another stop involved here. Nah, do you know what? Forget it. No, we won't do that. So, I don't know what this route's going to do at all. I have no idea. But it runs with the green route for 3 stops there. Then comes away, goes for a stop here. But I feel like that's too far away for the next stop. I'm going to be honest. I feel like it is. Right, there to there complete. So, you know what? I'm having a stop here. I don't care. Or here. Or there. This is the problem I've got. Oh, if I do it there, the blue one can get involved on this route. Again, more ways in which I'm intertwining and crisscrossing different routes. So obviously, I've got to now unhook them. The 2 of them. So I just got to find the section. There we go. Easily done. And this one. There we go. So the new route and the blue route and the green route all kind of crisscross. We've got 2 new stops in as well, which will kind of really help us out and provide a lot more connectivity. So if that stopped there, if you were here, you got to walk a long way around. So I think it would be a good idea to use this point there to crisscross over a little path walkway, because you're going to destroy the least amount of stuff doing it this way. It's only really that one building there, and then crisscrossing this way. Okay, maybe we're going to destroy 2 buildings here. I can get away with just the 1. So you want a... Oh, can I do a crisscross on this bend? I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Right, double crisscrossies there. Just for the sake of being able to... I don't think you can add a little crisscross on a bend. I don't know. That's a weird one, that is, isn't it? So, at least I can walk through here to get to this stop, if needs be. Oh, I've got to change line overview to the... Is it updated ferry? No, it's the Black Spree... Blick... what's it called? A Blick? Spree Blick Tour Ferry. That's what it is. And it's going to pump out a total of 3 vehicles, apparently. So I'm definitely going to up that to 10 to begin with. See how we get on. But that is more of a centralized ferry system. Right, now we're getting them speed limits. You can see a lot more vehicles heading over here. Okay, so, yeah, so it's more of a like a central line for the ferry system, that one. But I'm hoping it'll take a little bit of the heat off the outer lines as well. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Now we get to that point where we've got not enough buys of the products again, so I feel like we've kind of missed the wave. We kind of fixed the wave, and now the wave is slightly back with that. And I could store the goods in more warehouses, but it doesn't really solve much. But the trains are coming in and out anyway. But we do have quite a nice little commercial demand to spend as well. So it is slowly happening. We're slowly getting there. We are slowly getting there. any way to spend a little bit more commercial demand? Yes, there is. We can do a nice little section just here. Got a nice big shopping area just there to play around with anyway. Now, I was so against putting commercial down there, but I'm going to do it because the traffic is not too bad. Commercials all over here. We've got a bunch of commercial going down here, where we've got the passenger ferry harbour. Not passenger ferry, the cruise ship entry building, which is all good. So I think it's just that we're going to have waves right now. Waves where we sell it, waves where we don't. But it is still quite important to have more warehouses anyway. So I will drop a couple down. So warehouses. And I could actually squeeze some in here, but I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. Right, if I place a couple down here, it'll be interesting to see, because it's a road that's not really utilised as much. We can store some goods nearby an export area. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, boys. We'll see what happens. Now, by having it on this, upgrading them speed limits there has really put more traffic over here. So we're going to see a lot of traffic right now as it fills up those warehouses. So expect to see jams here, okay? Expect to see some hot jams as it all fills the cargo up in those warehouses. Alright, nice little stuff's going on. Peeps now waiting over here. Waiting for the ferries to make their way over here. Is this the new line, by the way? Yeah, I'm going to actually up it to 14. Just get the maximum out of it. Transporting the peeps. Very good. And how is this one over here now doing? So it'll be a while, but we're starting to get like a regular flow of passengers heading over. Alright, shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, like I said, we're going to see hot jams right now as they slowly go to fill these warehouses up. It will take a little bit of time. Now, is anybody using this one? I wonder if I should then... I want to find the balance. We had it set to 60, so I'm going to set this now to 100 on those speed limits. There's got to be a fine balance where you kind of utilizing both systems. We shall see, sir. We shall see. Right, okay, so Daffodil Airport right now, attractive enough score, 880. We're getting actually quite close to actually leveling it up to the next level. Now, I wonder if we can actually do that. Put down a couple of airport lounges again. Definitely one on the front there. Is that enough? There we go, boys. The next level. Which means I can now create my airline company. So you guys got to give me some name suggestions in the comment section down below. Name suggestion, what badge, color scheme, all that jazz, and we'll rename it in the next episode. But a lot of work thrown in. Hopefully this is now going to pay, we're going to reap the rewards. It's going to pay dividends for us in the long run. I might have too many ferries on this system and stopping off in too many areas. I might have to kind of bypass some of them to go in different routes. Because this is not working out. Too many. I've now got ferry jams. Well, slowly going to have ferry jams anyway. But I need to get back to the growth, the expansions, all the jazzle, the swings, the roundabouts, everything, boys. Now I've reduced it ever so slightly. We're now seeing some more trains come out of here. And trains coming out of here. So I think I might find that nice little balance between the two. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, we're going to end it for here. Hopefully this is now going to look so much better with all the additional jazz thrown in. Hopefully the additional ferry stops are going to pay out for us, and we need to create more, utilizing more canals, going in more different directions. There's a lot we've still got to get done. But for now, guys, we are going to end it for here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time I see you, we'll soon see you.